find what works for me is if I want to draw something, for instance this little part here, I will draw the one side first and then I will go in and draw the other side like this. I will show you right now what I do, and it's just the way I find it a little bit easier for me to draw all of the details. So I want to draw in a little bit of a twirly bit, so I will go on one side like this, and then I will go back on the other side. Keep it thin. I can always rub out these little lines if I have to, and that's how I do that. And now, so this is the Arch hot press watercolor paper that I'm drawing on, and then I'm going to start painting in all of the details. So I went and I cut some of the sweet peas in my garden, and then I just laid out on a piece of tracing paper like this, so that I don't get all the sand and dirt on there. And then I decide where I would like all of the little branches to go, for instance like that, and before I paint it in. So you can also draw it on this first before you draw it on your paper. I just know where I want to put it in now, so that's why I'm adding it in now, because I want to add another flower on this side. So this is going to be a whole page with all of the studies, and this one is just the extra one that I painted. Tiny little peas that you can see through those beautiful greens. How gorgeous is that? Okay, so I want to paint it today because I actually went and cut it from the garden. There's a lot of dust on it because it is so windy today. So I hope I won't do it in my paper. I didn't wash it. So let's see. I'm going to put it on some of this tracing paper on this section here, just so that I can have the reference photos. Yeah, and I took a few photos, so hopefully we won't lose them. And I'm going to go with a very small brush today. My tissue paper ready. I'm going to use the same greens that I used for the other parts. I'm looking for my Raphael brush and I cannot for the life of me find it, so I'm going to have to look for it. Maybe I have it downstairs, I don't know. Let's see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick with these small little brushes, ones, triple zeros, two, and you can see the difference between this two and that two. One is a pointed Da Vinci brush and one is a round brush, and oh my gosh, this one is so old, I have to replace it soon. This one is yes, a number 2, and it's the 10 series and the 35 series, so they're a little bit different, but amazing brushes. Sorry, it might be out of the view, like this. So let's see, hope it's all in view. Let me just double check. Yes. And I'm going to go with the same colors that we had before. So let's go in with the 0. This is a Winsor & Newton 0 brush. And what we want to do is, my colors are still a little bit, the pencil lines are a little bit dark, so I'm just going to use my razor and quickly go over that section there. And clean my water out because there's a lot of pigment green, this purple red mixes in my glass, and it is highly pigmented watercolors. This is the Magello Mission watercolors. They are so amazing and gorgeous. So I'm gonna just wet this section here. So basically I want a bit of yellow here. There's a little bit of pigment on my brush, but it doesn't matter, I don't mind it. And I'm going to drop a little bit of this And this color is the greenish yellow that I have here on the swatch card, and I'm just going to drop it in carefully. I'll have to take nice photos because they're not going to last long, and every day they change in the garden, so they're a little bit different each day. So we planted a whole bunch of seeds yesterday, and some plants that we plant, some of the seeds that have now grown a little bit out of the pot. They're too big for the pot, so I will share all of that with you one day in the garden. I share it because I don't know if anyone likes it and watch it and look at it, but it is quite fun to see how you are responsible for everything in your garden that you grow. So I think a lot of people that paint botanical art love gardening. I'm not talking about everyone now, I'm just saying, for instance, for me now, and a few that I know all have beautiful gardens with beautiful flowers and paint, and they all paint. For this section I'm going to go in with a bit of a darker little part like that, and just leave it to dry. And I'm still busy editing most of my videos. I just think I make too many videos faster than what I can edit them, and I have so much to edit and share, and so little time to get to paint. Anyway, we'll get it all out there and share what we can. So I noticed this one's a little bit too wide, so I'm just going to go to that section, and then I'm going to rub that out and make it a little bit smaller. So that's so nice. You can just when you rub with a pencil, you can sometimes when you layer and it's not highly pigmented watercolors, you can still rub out with your eraser. Sometimes, not always, but I've noticed that sometimes I can. So, and then I want to, while it's wet, my paint's wet, just drop in a little bit of the, because these sweet little peas are starting to shine through certain sections of the skin. I'm just going to softly paint them in and then soften it so I can see the little shadowy darker parts there. And so this is still wet, that's why I can drop in the color, and I'm going to stop right now because I can see it is going to dry right now, and I'm going to leave that to dry completely now, and then I'll go over with a soft wash to soften those little lines and to add in the rest of the detail. So again, a bit of this darker paint on here, and I can see this section folds over there, and this little one folds over that section, and take it in there. Want a bit more green in here. And I'm going to start painting in these little leaves. If I think it's too wide, I'm just going to go into this section here, and then I will rub out the line on that side. So I want to keep it very delicate, to there, and this section here, again very delicate. Get down there. Sometimes the little pencil lines are very pretty, so you don't have to rub it out always. And it doesn't matter if you go out of the line sometimes, because the stems are not all perfectly straight. And I'm taking this one just to not touch the flower, because it will look like I cut it off like I did. And we're going in with a very thin layer, and then we'll go back later and thicken it and add all of the detail. So slowly, slow little brush strokes. And stop. I love the way this stem looks like that, because it looks like you just cut it off or it's snapped off, and I really like it like that, so I'm not going to fix it. It just, I don't know, I like it. So